All right, guys, we're going to get started any minute now. Let's just go ahead and make sure that we're letting everybody know in our communities. Share the link, make sure everyone's coming on here. We're going to get started in just a moment. All right, where's everybody from? Where is everyone tapping in from? Let me see. Guys, go ahead and put in the chat for me. Where are you tapping in from? Where are you joining us from? Lost wages. Yeah, okay. I understand. It's a lot going on out there. New Orleans, right? Atlanta. I'm in Florida. Anyone else in Florida? Vegas. All right. Well, we're having a great day today. We have some special guests today. And I'm going to tell you what, like the women, we got to give it to the females. So, anywho, with that being stated, my name is Claudia 1 Million. Well, that's my name. I go by Claudia 1 Million. It's Claudia Pimentel, and I am one of your traders here with Akashex and part of the community. Right. And guys, we want to really just like today, we're going to be discussing women, their roles, how they function in this community. And I cannot wait to introduce you guys. So let's start with Z. For anyone who hasn't been on here before, okay, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know. And by the way, let's take a minute for everybody to go into the chat and let everyone know that we're here, that we are live. All right, we are live. It is a great August day. Telling you guys, it is mega. Like, you guys are getting all of the previews here. You guys are getting all of the information here to be part of Akashex and with MDC. So it is just amazing. So let's start this off. So I have Miss Asia Evans, and she is one of our top binary educators. All right. And she's my business partner and all this. And I'm telling you, guys, if you are not on her class, I don't know, you're just behind schedule. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, let her tell you guys a little bit about herself, and then we will keep it moving. Hey, Asia, how are you?
Hey there, how you doing? How we doing, family? So a little bit about myself. My name is Asia, but I do go by Z. I am 30 years young. I've been trading going on 3 to 4 years now. 4 years will be coming up soon. So super excited about that. Been in this trading industry, but been trading binary for about 3 years. I'm a binary educator, actually one of the top 5 here in Akash. Been that way since February of this year. I am not just a 6 figure earner, but have earned 6 figures through trading. But I have also created as well 5 figure and 6 figure earners. And pretty soon, just hold out. I'm gonna create that 7 too. So I'm super excited about that. But other than that, I'm just here to serve and be of servitude to the people in the trading experience.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Guys, let me hear it. Oh, well, yeah, I can't really hear you guys. So let me see some bombs in the chat. Let me see some bombs in there because she is bombing it up in here. I'm telling you, guys, you guys have no idea. Like, you guys have to realize the information and the value that everyone is receiving from all of our educators. All right. Like, all combined, it's billions of dollars in traded, okay, and in profits and so forth. All right. And I'll tell you, like, once you get this skill set, it is on. All right. So let's keep on moving. So, everyone, let's give a round of applause and welcome to our newest educator, Miss Sai. Okay, she is our newest educator here with Akashax. And when I would like for you to introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, where you're from, and congratulations. So happy that you are part of all of us. So thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me. Hey, everybody. Nice to see y'all. Nice to meet y'all. If I haven't met y'all before I get started, I just want to give it up to these lovely ladies on the call. Shout out Miss Claudia for even just putting this together. Like, who even would have thought about, like, hey, I want something to be able to introduce our educators to the, customers, letting them get to know a little bit more about us. So I definitely appreciate you for that. And, also shout out to Z. Like Claudia said, if you are not on her calls, on her binary trades, like, listen, this is a testament. Like, I am a true testament. She literally, like, 5x my account. Literally 5x my account just from copying what she said. So I'm just going to let y'all know. I like to be where the money resides. So I can tell you, Z is your girl. Okay. But just a little bit about me. I am 29, almost 30, almost in the 30 club. I am from Dallas, Texas. I have been trading for almost 5 years. You guys, I actually got started because I was working a job because sorry. I was working a job where I felt like I was being overworked and underpaid. I don't know if any of you guys have ever felt that way, but I just always wanted more for myself, y'all. Like, I knew that there was more out there. I didn't know exactly what, but I knew it was something. And so I was, probably like you guys, where I saw a lot on Instagram, people talking about how they were able to make money from their phones. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to try it. Why not? Might as well. I don't like my job. I don't want to look for another job. It's got to be better than what I'm doing. So, I took the time to do that. My first week, I made $10. Y'all, I was happy about that $10. I know now, when y'all come in, sometimes new traders are like, man, I want to make more, but making $10 from your phone? What? Okay, let me figure this out. And so I really took the time to figure it all out. And, I got a mentor to teach me everything. And from there, I ended up applying what he taught me and started to teach other people. And here we are. We've been able, and I say we because, I really feel like me and my mentees are a family. And, I like to say we grind together, we shine together. If I win, they win, vice versa. And we have been able to, do a lot of great things, with each other over these past 5 years. And, I'm excited to be newly partnered with MDC. I know it's a lot more success stories to come. So I'm just here. I'm here for the vibes. I'm loving it.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing and welcome, welcome. Just an honor to have you here. And it's just great to have um a little talk today, especially when it's us women. So, guys, surprise, it's a women's show today. So us women are going to be speaking about how it is in this industry. And, we're going to the ladies are going to be giving you guys some tips and also some vital information on what it is like to be as a trader, and then you're going to see a different point of view, as if you are a male, then you're going to be able to see that female point of view, right? And if you are a female, then it may be a point of view. Wait, can you guys see me? Yeah. It may be a point of view that you guys are like almost on the same page, or it could be opposite. You never know. So that's what we're here for. We're going to talk about this. So let me look for my questions because I had something prepared. And now for some reason, I don't see it. Guys, give me 1 second, but I'll tell you what, preparation is key. And I'm always speaking about preparation. And for some reason, I can't find my prepared information. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So let's get this going. So today's topic is cracking the code to trading success, right? Strategies for empowered traders, events, and we're focusing on women traders, okay? Women, guys, women, females, All right. All right. Let me see some hearts in the chat for us females. I'm going to give it up for us females. I'm going to give it to us because we really pull through. Guys, you have no idea what being a female is like. And if you want to be a female, good luck. Because welcome to the club. I'm telling you. All right, we're going to get this going today. All right, so I want to ask the first question here. And this is just really about your personal journey and your inspiration. Okay, guys? So, like, can you share just a little bit about maybe your journey as a woman trader? Like, maybe who inspired you to pursue your career in Forex trading? Who wants to start off? Sai, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Thank you.
Being a woman trader is definitely, I would say it can be more challenging at times, especially when you have a predominantly male-based clientele. So for me, I typically find that, you know, more so males like to learn how to trade. So ladies, I don't know where we at, but come on, let's all get this money. But you know, the reason why I say I do find it more difficult is because, you know, first of all, you always have that stigma that people think of, you know, trading of not being a real thing, right? And then you see a female doing it, people also have that stigma of like this isn't real. And you know, you kind of have to have that extra confidence in yourself, and you know, to be able to prove people wrong. Like, you know, I've had tons of people whenever I first got started to, you know, not believe me, and I've had even more people believe me, you know. And it just really comes with knowing your craft. Like for me, I tell people all the time, I don't call myself a master trader for no reason. My mentor told me that in order to call yourself a master, you have to spend at least 3,000 hours doing the skill. And I can honestly say, you know, I've definitely gone over that amount. And so, you know, when it comes to me talking about my business, talking about what I do, I have that confidence. And people tell me all the time, that's, you know, why they get started with me, because I have that confidence. And so, you know, for anybody, any lady who is new in starting in this business, as well as telling people that you started this business, make sure you have the confidence, you know, because confidence gets you a lot of places. I'm telling you, ladies. Like, and then as far as my inspiration for doing it, like I said, I didn't really have no inspiration when I got started. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know like anybody in trading. Like even now, Z will tell you all the time. She mentions people who trade, and I'm like, who is that? But one thing that I did have a, you know, like a inspiration to is to be kind of like the Beyonce of Forex. And what I mean by that is, you know, when you think of Beyonce, you think of like, you know, this powerhouse, this, you know, like you think of exactly what she does. And so when I want people to think of me, I want Forex to be the first thing that they think about. So, you know, I try to embody that with the way that I talk, the way that I walk, the things that I post. You know, just be Beyonce.
All right. Thank you for sharing. We got the Beyonce of Forex trading over here, Miss Sai. Hey, look out, guys. She's coming
And fun
strong, I'll
fact,
tell you.
fun fact, her birthday's the day after mine. So I just feel like at this point that we
Okay,
twins.
then there's a little relation right there. That's all right. I've been in your classes. Her classes are great, guys. You definitely for Forex, if you're learning, if you're new, even if you're not new, her strategy kicks ass. So make sure you get on there and get on get on her calls as well. How about for you, Z? Can you share a little bit about your journey as a woman trader and like what inspired you to pursue your career in the Forex trading world?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I wouldn't say I wanted to be particularly a Beyonce of it. But I did and I love it though. You know, I mean, I say, you know, I will always be the Kelly to your Beyonce. And if you need a good bridge, I'll be the Michelle. So, you know, it is what it is. Um but what I can say, what got me started, actually was my god brother. He introduced me into this realm, and I think it was by design. It could only be him because I really wasn't listening to nobody. I actually people used to tell me I lived in Atlanta, and so Atlanta is like big and starting different industries, right? Atlanta is known for a lot of different industries. You can walk outside and know like 10 different industries just by talking to the right person, right? And so like at one point somebody did reach out to me about forex, and mind you, I never paid attention. So my god brother is the one who showed me, and he showed me traditional forex. Now if I had like somebody like Sai coming and teaching me forex, I probably would have got a little bit more because it was simpler. She teach it in such a a thing that I can understand. But what got me truly on my journey was I came home. I used to come home from work. I was working at Lowe's. So I was making like $12 an hour, right? Or 14 because they promoted me. So I was like, $14 an hour, and it was like a stressful time period. It was the height of COVID. Nobody wanted to wear a mask. It was just like a lot going on in a stressful environment and where I was working. But at lunch, I would always come home to trade. So I would come home to trade at lunch, and then it was like one day I just made like $200 in like 10 minutes, and it was in binary. And when I made $200 in 10 minutes, like legit $200 in 10 minutes, I calculated how long it would take me to make that same amount at work. And what took me 10 minutes would have taken me 3 days. And so that is what inspired my journey. But then what took it to the next height of me wanting to become an educator was that honestly, there was nobody that looked like me, talked like me, you know, even taught the way that I wanted to learn, right? Everything was such a monochromatic. The music just didn't like make sense to me. Like nothing made sense to me. And so and like someone said, I love seeing women of color. There was no woman of color, right? Like shout out to the Spanish community, shout out to the white people, but let's be real, like I ain't seen no sister trading. Like I I didn't see no sister trading, and like they wasn't trading in anything that I wanted to trade in, and that just motivated me to be that person for someone, someone that can like that you can say like, all right, I can see myself in them. And I had to become that. If that meant I had to get on this unbeaten path, I had to do that. So like, Sai, like she wanted to be Beyonce, the powerhouse, right? I wanted to be the binary bully. So like I wanted to dominate in the binary industry. Like I had to say like I am her, she is me, and there's nobody like coming like me. So I had to be different, right? I had to talk different. You come on my sessions are not your normal sessions. Like I'm playing music, we talking, it's like a family reunion every time. And it's like, cause that's how I wanted to learn. And so that's how I wanted to be. So I think doing that got me to the place that I am. Like, being that top woman to where now it's not even just the fact that I am a woman. People just see me as Z, right? Like they don't even see black, woman, gay. Like they don't even see all the three things that I have. They just see Z. And so I think it's a testament to what I've been doing these 3 years, and that mentality of being the best and wanting to be. And then people telling me no, like we're women. Come on now. You don't tell a woman no. Like somebody told me no, and then it just turned me up. So that's how I really came to be about it.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing so much, and your transparency, guys. Right? We got some great individuals on this call. I'm telling you, you guys are very, lucky, and not even lucky. You're blessed enough to be in a community where, you have these powerhouses. We have all these top leaders and individuals that are really going out there by spreading the knowledge that they have, because they want to impact lives. They want to make sure that everybody's able to produce for yourself. Like, think about it. If you really, really started this, and I'm telling you, and you just go for it, you're going to end up making money on your own. You're going to be fine, and your whole life will completely change. But, it's not for the light heartest, right? Of light heart. This is something, it's not going to be overnight. Like, we're in this, what, 4 years? All right. A lot of blown accounts. And now those blown accounts turned into plush accounts. So, you just got to put in the dedication. So let's keep going. So with that, let me see some hearts. Are you guys awake out there? Let me see some hearts in the little chat there. Some hearts. You guys awake? I'm awake. I'm ready. I have one of those little, what are those things? Oh gosh, the little pouches that we sell on MDC.
Those
What's it called?
snaps.
Huh? The
Those
snap.
snaps. The
The
snap.
oh snap. I'm telling you, the flavor's a little snappy, but I'll tell you the effect is great. The effect is great. I love the snap. Guys, if you don't have it, you need to go in there and purchase it. It's really good for you too. And I'm telling you, you're like, rock it. The stuff is great. So, all right. So with that being said, let's continue on. And we did speak about what did we speak about? No, we did not speak about this. Hold on a second, guys. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. No, we spoke about it. All right. Yes, confidence. All right. So Sai had touched on that about confidence, right? And look, lo and behold, confidence does play a vital role in trading success. All right. Because if you don't have the confidence to take those trades, you're going to be on the sideline forever in your little demo account for years. You just sit there and it'll happen. So don't be that person. Don't be still Bill. All right. So that, we do see that confidence in your training decisions, right? Especially in a male dominated field, right? So what advice would you give to women traders who might struggle with imposter syndrome or self-doubt in this realm? I'm gonna start with you, Asia. You want to start off with this one?
Yeah, sure. So imposter syndrome, that's just like a epidemic in itself, like where people just feel less than. But I think that plays into the word fear. I just spoke about this last week. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real, right? So being a woman being a woman in this industry is just like being a woman in any industry, right? They have these pigeonholed of what you're supposed to do, these social norms of where you're supposed to be, and what's likely, right? But being a woman just in general is being an industry disruptor. Like when you're a woman and you step into any industry, you're gonna disrupt it just by being yourself. So have that confidence to knowing that like when I step into this realm, I'm about to knock it out the park, right? And then also I say for me personally is having an accountability partner, somebody to get out your head. And it's funny to say, but my accountability partner is actually on this call, right? There's times, right, even as educators, so I can tell you I'm always learning. I'm always like, she'll call me, I'm watching a video, I'm studying, doing something to just make it better for my students or just make it better for myself. And she reminds me like I'm that girl, and same thing with her, right? We are each other's accountability partners. So I don't particularly like trading by myself in the sense of like doing this journey by myself. I can trade by myself and I do have my own personal trading moments, but I'm saying in the sense of just having someone that you can talk to in this realm is good. Like somebody who understands it, not just somebody just to talk to, right? Because you can talk to a parent or you could talk to a friend or even your girlfriend or your boyfriend, husband, or wife, or whatever, and they just won't understand this, right? They'll be like, huh, you lost $100, like you gotta cut that, right? Or you can't just be with someone as your accountability partner that don't see your vision. So you have to have alignment, right, with that. So that's how I'm gonna speak on it, right? In the sense of making sure your confidence is up within yourself, but also having like those self talks in the mirror, as corny as it seems. But I like to tell my students that they're attractive people and we attract wealth. right? And we don't chase. So you have to continue telling yourself that you are an attractive person, and everything that you are is going to attract. But making sure that you're surrounded with a community that understands your vision. Don't just because my best friend of 30, like 20 some odd years, right? That's my best friend, but we don't talk trading. Like, you know what I mean? I don't talk to her about trading, but with Sai I can because she understands. So yeah, that's what I say about that one.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's super important. What she's touching on about confidence and that playing a major role, and just getting out of your head. So how can you get out of your head is by having an accountability partner, which is part of your plan, part of your trading plan. So you guys should be taking notes on this, right? Definitely taking notes, definitely jotting down these mega points here that will make a big difference in your trading journey. All right. Especially if there's a big community out there. So reach out to someone, partner up with someone. That way you have something to talk about. And I'm telling you that it really does help, because then you have someone that's on that same level of what you're thinking, and you guys will bounce off each other. So absolutely amazing. So we're going to go on over to Sai. Sai, you did mention this previously about the confidence. So what other piece of advice would you give women traders who might struggle with that imposter syndrome or that self-doubt?
Sorry, I can unmute myself. Okay, so I have a couple that just thinking about this question, I tend to think about like what got me through it and how I built my confidence. One, first, let me see. I'm pretty sure this happens a lot with ladies, but do we have any overthinkers in the building? If you are an overthinker, drop a 1 in the chat. I just want to see, how many overthinkers we got. Okay, cool. So we all in the same boat. Okay. Y'all are no different than me. I am no different than y'all. Okay. So when it comes to overthinking, because typically with trading, you got to think about it. What we're doing here is abnormal. Most people don't do it. Most people wouldn't imagine doing it in years, right? And so you're going to have a lot of fear. You're going to have a lot of doubt. You're going to try to talk yourself out of it 50 million times. But one book that I read, funny enough, like right before I started like trading for real, was called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And basically in that book, it talked about how, if you find yourself overthinking, really the brain gives you only 5 seconds to do something before it talks you out of it. Okay. So the brain is there to talk you out of things because it thinks that you're in danger. And so in order to get past that overthinking, I literally, and I still do this to this day, y'all, I will literally count to 5 and just do it. I don't care what the outcome is. I just do it. And then by the time I've done it, I feel so much better because at least I've tried. And, it always take that one time like that. You just got to get through the first one before you're like, okay, I did it. I didn't die. Let me do it again. So that would be the first thing. Make sure you count to 5, and you can use that rule for anything in life, whether that's, having uncomfortable conversations or doing something you really want to do, but you don't know if you're going to be good at it. It works for everything. Trust me. The second thing I would say is for sure, get involved. Like Asia said, make sure you have an accountability partner, but I'm going to go a little deeper into that. You guys, in order to like really learn this and understand this, you can't just have stuff. Okay. I know a lot of people come in here trying to just, skate on by like, oh, I'm gonna get on a couple classes and, think I'm gonna learn. No, you have to really immerse yourself in this, and what I mean by that is go to, like any events within your area or go to events out of the area. We have this big event coming up in Miami. Go to that. You're going to be around a lot of like-minded people. And like Z said, people who don't trade don't get what we do. Like I literally do not tell anybody that does not trade. I don't talk to them about like the details and specifics of what I do because it will be easy for them to try to tear you down. Whether they mean to or not, they might say something that'll make you reconsider what you're doing. They're literally gonna do that. That's just what it is. And you have to, in your mind, be ready for that. And also know that them saying that is not a true depiction of you. It's just a depiction of what they think they can accomplish. So when you get involved, you stop like thinking about the negativity, and you stop thinking about like the what ifs, because you're around people who are all doing the same thing. And it's more so like, okay, if this person can do it, so can I. And then also, don't be afraid to ask questions, y'all. You know, we as educators, like if we're literally telling you, set up a one-on-one with me. If you got any questions, ask me. I don't mind if you call me and ask. Like if we're literally telling you stuff like that, why aren't you using it? You know, because I feel like, well, not feel like, I know whenever I got my mentor was a multi-million-dollar trader for 20 plus years, had like a brilliant man. But at the end of the day, he said, if you have any questions, make sure you set up a one-on-one. Every week I was setting up a one-on-one till I got it. Like it didn't matter. I didn't feel bad for asking questions because he told me it was okay. So if we're telling you that it's okay, do it. So those are my tips.
All right. Thank you so much, Sai. Guys, now you know if you have any questions, well, she's right. You need to be reaching out. That's one thing that I will say about the Akashics community is that the availability for, some of the educators that you are able to reach out. It's not such a drawn process to get help. Everybody's out here to help each other. Okay. We are here to help each other and really get this going. So let's keep moving right along in the 14th day of August, right? Isn't it? Man, the year's almost over, guys. Like,
I can't believe it.
right? Like what happened the first half? What's up? So y'all gotta come through. It's the second half. So if you can't go back and change anything. So just know that you know more today than you knew yesterday. Aha. All right. So let's keep going with that about networking and mentorship. And you guys were discussing that. And I know that you were speaking about, building a network, finding mentors that can be transformative. I think that having a mentor is the key factor. I think that really helps individuals with discipline, and really focus on getting their plan together step by step and so forth. So do you guys feel, well, actually, yeah, what do you feel that it's important? How important is it for women traders to connect and support each other within the Forex trading community? How do you feel how important that is?
So you want to go first, or should I? I mean, I can go.
You go ahead.
All right, got you. I think community is important in general, right? But women traders, I think it's imperative, right? Because let's be for real, right? There's mothers that trade. There's there's students who trade. There's women who just go through different things in the world, and having someone that can understand just a tad bit of what you are going through goes a long way, right? When they say you feel me and they actually feel what you're saying, like that goes a long way. And I think community is important in general, right? Community is highly important. And shout out to all the moms out there, right? Because I was trading on Friday. If you guys were on my call, you got to see a 9-month-old baby on my lap, right? And side notes, when my nephews come into town, I am a single mother for sure. I have 2 boys, and just to know that there are people out there who cannot give their babies back to someone else and still do what they do, that is a superpower, right? That is a superpower to be able to focus, find a plethora, a 1 hour time frame to even do this type of industry, to do this trading is just huge. And I applaud all you moms out there, because that is a huge thing for real. Like I thought, like it's just hard in general, like trading. But yes, no, it's truly, let's be for real, right? Trading is not a poor man's sport, right? It's not a poor man's sport. You cannot be poor mentally. You won't be poor after you learn it financially, right? But it's not a poor man's sport in a sense of understanding your mindset, right? You to not be poor, you cannot. It starts in the mindset. So this alone, understanding that you got to get right next to rich people, right? Your flock has to get stronger. So you know how they say birds of a feather flock together. So your flock has to be strong. And you hang out with five, seven figures, you're going to be that 6'1". Why? Because you'll learn those habits. So getting in a community where people are having those right habits, it's easier. We have people in our chat who understands it. I think Stefano is a man, Candy, just two of the people that I know off the top of my head, but they're always in the community, right? They're always in the community. They're always learning. And then what tends to happen is that, right, they can regurgitate either my strategy, side strategy, without us even being there, but also can tend to be a help to someone else. And because they were so in the community, right, they just naturally get it. And it's like you want to come back. I don't know about you guys, but that's what kept me in trading. If it wasn't for my sense of community, I probably would have left, because sometimes individually, if you don't have somebody to pick you up when you're down, or somebody to keep you up when you're up, to keep you there, it just won't be good.
Yeah, that's very important to know, that, having that foundation. Thank you for sharing that. And having that foundation is very important. And it's not only about, when the hard times are there, but once you hit a certain plateau, or you're plateauing, you need that extra push. You need that assertive likeness from a friend, or from your mentor, your pal, whatever label you want to put on there. So thank you for sharing that. Very important. And Sai, how about for you? What do you feel that would be the most important, right, aspect, or what women should do most importantly about connecting and supporting each other within the Forex trading community? Actually, I have a question. Do you see that women are very supportive as being a female Forex trader?
I would say I would like to see more support in terms of numbers wise. I feel like there are some of us here who, like are trading. And then I know that there are some that are, they started the trade, but they haven't really gotten into it because of life. I know there are some people who, are interested in trading in general, but like haven't even started because they're scared, right? I would personally like to see more of us get over that fear, so that there could be more women supporting women in this industry. Like Z said, 1,000%, I agree. It all starts for me with community. Whenever I first got started trading, I knew absolutely nobody, not even the person that, I got started trading with. I didn't know anybody. And, I can honestly say that I've met a lot of people through this journey that, like, when I have a wedding, like, they're going to be at my wedding. So, like, I've built lifelong friendships from being in trading, and it started with me just even like in the chats, I'm not a big talker in the chats. You won't see me talking every single day, but one thing I do is I look to see what people are talking about. And if I see something that somebody is talking about, I might shoot them a message. Hey, I know you talked about this. It might have been a couple days ago, but like, can you teach me, or can you like help me? Like, what exactly were you saying? And I think that a lot of times women might have that more timidness, because I hear a lot of times from like my mentees, like, it's just so much going on in the chats. I don't be wanting to say anything. And it's like, that's really stopping you from, your success. That's stopping you from getting to know, your next best friend. That's stopping you from getting that aha moment that you need to really take your trading to the next level. So, I think that we as women should definitely start asking more questions, be more inquisitive about stuff. Don't just let somebody just tell you something. Ask why. I know whenever I was first starting, people would like teach, and if it didn't make sense to me, I would say it don't make sense. I don't know what you're talking about. You go over it. And I know, that's a big reason why in my classes, I'm always asking, does that make sense? I'm always saying, hey, if this doesn't make sense to you, let me know so that I could, explain it a little better, because not everybody's going to understand something the very first try. So, just being open and being vulnerable and saying, hey, I don't understand that. Can you help me? That will really take us as women a long way. And I think that if we all start to gain that mindset, it'll start to be more women like us in this industry.
Yeah. Can I say
All
something
right.
real quick to that, to piggyback
Yeah.
off that? Yeah, like to piggyback off of what Sai just said, right? Um, Shout out to like all the songs that say we're independent women, we're survivors, we're all that type of stuff. But it's okay to ask for help. Like, trust me, it is okay. It's actually more detrimental to you to think that you can do it by yourself, right? The moment that you just say, I don't know, and can someone help me? I'm telling you, it can go a long, long, long way, right? Sai is not the only one, right? I always make sure, because at the end of the day, nobody is a mind reader. So we do not know what is wrong if you don't tell us what is wrong, right? So that's just from an educator to a student perspective. And the reason why, we also, you got to think, we were once students, like just students, right? We were once in the shoes that a lot of people are in now. So if you have people here who are willing to just say, like, if you don't get it, let me know, like, utilize that, because I'm telling you now, there are a lot of different educational platforms. There are a lot of different gurus in the world, right? That will just give you a course, give you a video, give you something that just don't even make sense. And if it don't make sense to you, there's no way for you to even ask to get anything in depth. So to know that you can have that here in Akash just speaks volumes alone.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Guys, let me see some fire emojis in the chat here, because they are burning this place down. I'm telling you, you know, listen, I got a question now. Another one. I got a bunch of questions. So I'm going to keep going asking, because this is very interesting. So, overcoming biases and stereotypes. Because there's stereotypes out there. I don't care who says what. There are stereotypes out there, and I've encountered it. So I'm going to ask you guys, have you encountered like gender biases or stereotypes in the trading industry as a female, right? And how did you address it? Or did you have a challenge? If so, like, how did you address it? Or, talk to me. Let me know.
You go first, Si.
Okay. I feel like I get stereotyped a lot when it comes to this industry. I feel like people look at me and they don't necessarily expect for me to be able to do the things that I know how to do in this industry. So, a lot of times I might have, very type A males, male dominant people, come to me and they're very like, I want to make money now. And, for a lot of times, that's where the confidence truly comes in at, because that's where, I turn down my feminine energy just a little bit and I turn up that masculine energy to show them, don't play with me. Right. That's where that confidence comes in at. And, knowing that you know your stuff and knowing what you have to do, that's where that comes. And, for me, it's been like, y'all, when I first got started, people, like, I had so much confidence in it. People believed in me more than I believed in myself, and I definitely thank those people, because they definitely kept me going, because it's like, wow, you really believe in me. Like, I just started and you already see, more for me than I see for myself. So, I definitely say when it comes to stereotypes, I just like to, like, I don't play into it in the sense of like, oh, like getting scared. I play into it. That helps me turn up and say, all right, it's time to show you what I really know, because I really do this and you're not going to talk to me like that. So that's what I've experienced.
And that is with a big old snap. Absolutely. Nobody gonna talk to us like that. Absolutely not. Go ahead. I see you, Asia.
um Okay, well, I mean the type of trading that I do, right? A lot of like I guess industry a lot of industry people don't even take that seriously. They don't take binary seriously. They see it as a gambler um thing, gambling, they take it as a joke. And so that alone, right, got me turned because I'm no joke, right? I may be funny, but I'm not something to play with. Like that is just something serious. So that alone has me, taking it seriously because that in itself is something that like, I didn't heard it was like, well, we don't take you seriously because it's binary and it's like, nah. Like we do our big one too. you know it's not just traditional forex, so that alone is something that has me like, making sure that I take it seriously because I can show you better than I can tell you. And then the way that you just overcome biases in general, I mean, think about it. I'm like a walking bias. I'm black, that's one. I'm a woman, that's another, and I'm gay. Like I just hit the trifecta. So I just grew up right with different biases alone, right? And I always just had to make myself a presence, right? To whereas those things are never associated with me. Like I don't think people really understand like how much like I am really just Z. Like people do not qualify me by the fact that I'm a woman. They don't qualify me the fact that I'm black. They don't qualify me like anything. So they literally just qualify me as Z. And the way that you overcome that though is like Sai said, is with confidence, is knowing what you know. Nobody can ever tell you what you don't know, right? Like if you know that, like if you know certain food is good, ain't nobody gonna tell you that your mama cooking ain't good if you know that your mama cooking is good. So you have to have that mentality with yourself, right? So I branded myself the binary bully. Before I became an educator, before I made as much money as I did, I was like, you know what? I like that work. Like I like that. Right. I'm a bully in this market and I'm gonna take it by storm. So that's how I became, you know, overcoming of biases because at the end of the day, like I'm that girl. Like y'all really don't understand. Like I am her. Like, and I talk like that. Like I am her. And when you trade like that, like that's where you gotta do it too. Like you gotta trade like that. You gotta trust your trade. Cause like it will eat you alive. Anything in life will eat you alive if you succumb to any type of fear, any type of evidence that just does not put you on top. And so like if you want to overcome a bias, like there is no bias. The only reason why it's a bias is because they don't know. So you know what you gotta do. You just gotta make them know. Like that's it. If they don't understand, I'll make you understand. And if you don't want to understand, that's on you. But I'm gonna make you understand. Like I'm her. That's it. Like binary is that. Like we're a real trading community. Like people make money off of binary. Like let's put it to the chat. If you traded binary and you made at least $1 in binary, drop a 10 in the chat. Like recommend it. Like that's it. Like I don't know. Binary just gives me turned because people just doubt it every time. Every time people doubt it. So we're here.
All right. Thank you for sharing. And guys, binaries turn up. We got Forex turn up. We got binary turn up. We got crypto turn up. Look, Akashax is just turned up. And if you're not turned up, then you got a problem. You're not doing something right. Seriously, I don't know what to tell you. Like, figure it out quickly. Clown show. Don't be a clown. Like, get with the program. Make some money, guys. Let's go. Learning so much information. And as women, I'm telling you that it is challenging sometimes. And, I don't even think it's just women. It's just human beings in general when it comes to balancing trading with other responsibilities, right? Because as women, we have multiple responsibilities, especially if you're a mother. But I want to say, I'll give it to the men too, because they could be a single dad, right? And pets, that's kind of both ways as well. So this one is more for everybody. Exactly. Not just women, but just everyone having like those multiple responsibilities and how to manage to balance trading with other commitments. Do you guys have any tips for like maintaining focus? Because I know that there's like different time efficient trading strategies that might be particularly more beneficial for individuals who have limited availability due to various responsibilities. What do you guys say to that? You have any tips for maintaining focus or maybe times? We'll start with you, Sai.
Yes, I have a couple of tips actually. So this question is always very funny to me because like I can honestly say I've literally helped over 1,000 individuals. I've literally helped people from all facets of life, to homeless, to 3+ children, to working 6+ figure jobs, to everything. And I will honestly tell you guys, I don't care what they're doing. If they're making money, they're gonna make time for it. Period. I don't care what time it is. When I first started trading, well, like a year later after I started getting really good, I used to have calls at 12 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Most people are, probably asleep or about to go to sleep. 200+ people on the calls, y'all. They said, "Oh, so I gonna call the trade out? Let me set my alarm. I don't care if I'm asleep. I don't care what I'm doing." Like people would literally text me and say, "Sai, I know like I might be asleep, but make sure you text me when you send out a trade." Like that's how, like, I'm just telling y'all, it's true. I don't care what you're doing. If you making money, you're gonna get up. You're gonna make that time. And especially when all it takes, with it's binary, it takes like a couple seconds. You just press a button and you're making money. With Forex, yes, it's sometimes like time based, but again, if you're making money, you're gonna make the time. And then the second thing that I would suggest is to ask your mentor. Like for me, whenever I first introduce people to trading, I tell them straight up, listen, Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Central Standard, and on Wednesday at 2 a.m. Central Standard, I need your time. I need that hour. I don't care what you're doing. I need that hour. All it takes is 1 hour. Me and you. It's me and you for that hour. We're going to get real acquainted for that hour. And so, just by telling people that ahead of time and letting them know up front, they know like, okay, whatever I got to do, let me like figure it out, because at 9, I need to be with Sai. And, sometimes it's about setting that expectation in the beginning so that people know how to accommodate themselves. I feel like, a lot of times us as, traders or educators, we kind of tend to do things sporadically. And so it makes it hard on people to understand when to be available. But if we start them off with that standard of, okay, at this time I need to be available, they're going to make themselves available. So those are my 2 things.
Thank you so much. This is important notes here. I hope everybody's writing down those tips. Then you'll be asking later, was this recorded? Yes, it's recorded, but you need to write down these tips, okay? You write it down, it's going to click. It's going to, make it go. All right, Asia, go ahead.
Oh man, yeah, like what was. I mean, so I said it right. You do make time for what you make time for. Ain't nobody like ain't busy 24 hours in a day. But what I say is that you find that hour where you can just have it to yourselves, right? So if it's that hour with me or it's that hour inside, then like that's your hour, right? But you have to give yourself some dedicated time. So what you can do is find that time for you and create that space. Like don't just give it all to everybody, right? So if that means you need your mommy time or your daddy time, and you know like um at a certain time I put the kids down, so this is when I can learn, then do that, right? Or if you know that the morning time is your time before the world wakes up and starts calling you, do that, right? And like I said, people do show up and make money, because I had a call at 7 a.m. in the morning and everybody woke up, you know what I mean? Depending at 4 a.m. in my West Coast and 7 a.m. for my, East Coast, and 6 for my Central, but people will wake up for it. So when money is to be made, you make the time. So I guess to suggest, like I said, pick a time in your schedule that you can dedicate and stick with that time, right? To where it becomes habit, to where at no point in time where people know, like, between 5 and 6, so and so is unavailable. I am not to be reached. I'm not to be like talked to, right? Because if they can respect you when you're at your job, they can respect you when you are trying to create a legacy for yourself and for your family, right? The same way that they respect you when you say, I'm at work, you can just say that, I'm at work, I'm working, right? I'm working on me. So create that time, right? Like, I would say, like, 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week, 4 hours a week. That's like less than part time. It's not even a part time job, but 4 hours a week you can find, right, in a whole entire week. So just find yourself at least a minimum of 4 hours a week to yourself in the trading world, dedicated to it, and be intentional when you're in that hour. Don't just beat it, right? Don't just have the call open or have the chart open and say, yeah, I did my hour. No, be intentional, right? So that means that I'm looking at the chart, I'm taking notes, I'm writing it down, right? Because he who writes it down and makes it plain will run, right? Have your notes. I don't do one-on-ones if people don't have questions, because now you're wasting my time and your time, right? Because I want you to know something, so that way when we have a one-on-one, right, we can just build upon those, because I know you did your work, right? I can't meet somebody, 100% and they only meet me 0, then there's nothing to grow. So we need 200% there. So that's what I suggest for people. Be intentional with the hours that you create.
Perfect. And that's very important, guys. Like, very, these advice, this information is well, it's very important. It's good for you to learn and really get your plate going, because you got to have that at the beginning, towards the middle, and even towards the end. You still have to have everything steady. So you give 100, you receive 100. You give 0, guess what? You're going to get 0. Okay, so you got to give it all. That's what you're here for. So with that, I want to say thank you so much, ladies, for taking the time to be on here. If you guys can let everybody know what day and time you are on, that way everyone can tune in. And also, what message would you like to convey to young women out there who might be hesitant to pursue? Maybe somebody's on this call that hasn't joined as of yet, or to pursue a career in trading. And yeah, go ahead, Asia.
So you can find me live here on the Akashics platform between 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So between 12 and 1, Tuesday through Friday. Just one setting time every Tuesday through Friday at 12 to 1. And then my advice to you is, why put off today, right? Why put off tomorrow what you can do today? And what meaning is that if you just wait until you good to get started, then you will never get started. So never put your happiness and in anything in life, right, off for tomorrow, when you can just get started today and fall into it.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
you're
Yeah, right. We had to go in there. I was like, that's good.
I love it, love it.
The thing is recorded.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Okay, so for me, you guys, you can catch me in these Forex streets on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Wednesday at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time, and on Thursday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And my advice to, the young ladies out there wanting to get started is, honestly, just do it. Don't be afraid if it doesn't make sense the very first time for you. Like, when I first started, I felt like I was learning Japanese. Like it did not make sense at all, not one bit. But I promise you, as you stay consistent with it, it will start to make sense to you. And once you have it, it's a skill that nobody can ever take away from you. Even if you stop it for a couple of months, you can get, it's just like riding a bike. Like nobody can take it away from you. It is a, super abundant skill, not just for financial reasons, but also mentally and spiritually. It's something that you can teach your kids, because it ain't going nowhere. So just get started. Like you'll really be surprised. I can tell you now, y'all, like I had a whole career in fashion. I never thought that I would be doing this ever in life. Never. So you would be surprised where this takes you.
All right, guys, I hope everybody wrote down what the schedule is so you can make sure you get on those classes. All right, and if you haven't enrolled, stop messing around, get enrolled. If you're not active, be active. If you are active, make sure you get to the classes. Make sure you guys are putting those schedules down. And I just want to thank everyone for joining us today on Akash's, the Traders Inner Circle. And you're going to catch us next week. We're going to have some different educators up on here on the platform. I'm going to be speaking some more different topics. And thank you guys for showing up, and congratulations for showing up and being here.
Really quick.
Go ahead, Sai.
Hey, you guys, I just want to thank y'all for all of the love in this chat. If y'all could do us a favor and go blow up the I Transform chat and just tell everybody how much you love this call. We need to show Claudia some love because y'all, I don't know if this is your first time on the call, but she does these calls every week faithfully. Okay, so let's just show her some love. Let's blow up the chat because she did an amazing job, asked amazing questions, and I just really want to show her some love real quick. So I need to see all of y'all in the chat saying,
whatever respective chat that you're in. If you're not in the I Transform chat, if you're in Sai's personal chat, if you're in Claudia's personal chat, if you're in mine, the Akash officials underneath that comment section, right underneath the post itself, if you can just blow that up, right, show Akash the everything, right, everywhere, that this is a call that they need not miss, right? Go directly on the Akash official Telegram underneath the comments and put one thing that you got from this call, to let them know that they missed out on something would be tremendous. And then can we get a 7 in the chat for Claudia today for even putting this together, to bringing us together. 7 is whole, 7 is blessed, and 7 is complete. So let's drop some 7s, sending her some blessings this week, right? But thank you guys tremendously. Go ahead, Claudia, close us out.
Yeah, no worries. No, thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody. God bless everyone. And go make an impact on somebody's life. All right. We're impacting our own lives, right? And they're impacting your life. So go pick up the phone and go impact someone's life. Okay. All right. So we'll see you next week. Have a great one. God bless. Bye.